Welcome, insect lovers and curious minds. Prepare yourselves because today we are diving deep into the shadows of the natural world. Imagine walking into your backyard and locking eyes with a creature that looks like it crawled straight out of a horror movie or a high-tech sci-fi lab. Nature has a bizarre sense of humor, and nowhere is that more obvious than in the insect world. We aren't talking about your average garden ants or annoying mosquitoes. We are counting down 24 of the absolute strangest, rarest, and most terrifying insects on Earth, creatures so alien you won't believe they actually exist. Let's start with a nightmare straight out of the ocean depths, except it flies. The Japanese hornet is a 2-inch giant with amber eyes and jaws powerful enough to literally tear its prey apart. This isn't just a regular pest, it is a highly coordinated military tactician. A small squad of these hornets can wipe out an entire hive of tens of thousands of bees in just a few hours. They mark their target with chemical pheromones, essentially leaving a death warrant for the rest of the swarm. Their venom is a toxic cocktail that doesn't just cause blinding pain, it actually dissolves human tissue. If that sounds brutal, wait until you meet the antlion larva. This creature is a patient, cold-blooded architect of doom. It digs a perfect conical funnel in dry sand, buries itself at the very bottom, and waits with only its massive sickle-shaped jaws exposed. When an unsuspecting ant steps on the edge, the sand gives way. As the victim tries to climb out, the antlion throws loose sand into the air, causing a miniature avalanche that drags the prey right into its jaws. It uses the victim's own panic against them. Yet, in a bizarre twist of biology, this underground monster eventually transforms into a delicate, dragonfly-like adult, leaving its ruthless past behind. But nature isn't just terrifying, it's also incredibly deceptive. Take the orchid mantis. At first glance, you would swear you are looking at a beautiful white and pink flower, but those delicate petals are actually modified legs. The orchid mantis doesn't hide among flowers, it is the flower. It sits perfectly still, mimicking a blossom so flawlessly that pollinators fly directly into its grasp. For this predator, hunting isn't about chasing down prey, it's about earning their absolute trust before delivering a lightning-fast strike. Then there is the Brazilian treehopper, an insect that looks like a walking piece of alien technology. Growing from its back is a surreal structure of thin rods topped with tiny, mysterious spheres. It looks exactly like a futuristic antenna system or a drone. Scientists still don't fully understand what it's for. Is it a visual deterrent to scare off predators or some kind of specialized sensor? By turning its own body into an evolutionary abstract puzzle, this tiny, vulnerable bug keeps the entire scientific world guessing. If you think that's strange, look at the giraffe weevil. The moment you see one, everything else fades into the background. The males possess a neck that is many times longer than their entire body. It looks completely impractical, like an evolutionary mistake. But that ridiculous neck is actually a highly effective weapon. When two males fight over a female, they don't bite. They use their elongated necks like crowbars, trying to physically wedge and flip their rival off the tree branch. Speaking of brute mechanics, the elephant beetle takes a completely different approach to combat. Built like a heavy-duty military tank, it announces its presence through sheer size and thick, velvet-textured armor. The males carry a massive curved horn that functions exactly like a forklift. In battles over mating rights, it's all about leverage. They hook their rival, flip them upside down, and toss them off the playing field. Despite their terrifying warlike appearance, these giants are surprisingly gentle vegetarians, spending their lives slowly lumbering through the forest, feeding on tree sap and fruit. But the award for the heaviest armor goes to the giant burrowing cockroach. This isn't the kind of roach you find scattering across a kitchen floor. It is dense, wingless, completely quiet, and can live for decades. Living deep underground, it acts as a vital ecosystem processor, slowly recycling dry vegetation into rich soil. It doesn't seek chaos. It seeks total stability, proving that some of the most critical forces on our planet operate entirely in the dark beneath our feet. Up in the air, things get even weirder. The Atlas moth is one of the largest insects on the planet, boasting a colossal 12-inch wingspan. But its size isn't the strange part, its life cycle is. The adult Atlas moth has no mouth. Its mouth parts are completely vestigial, meaning it cannot eat. It survives for only a few days entirely on energy stored from its caterpillar days. To protect itself during this brief lifespan, the tips of its wings are patterned to look exactly like venomous snakeheads. It is a visual masterpiece designed to terrify predators, while the moth simply exists in absolute fleeting calm. If the Atlas moth is a giant, the rosy maple moth is a literal cartoon character painted in vibrant shades of neon pink and bright yellow. It looks like it stepped straight off an artist's palette. You would think these loud colors would make it an easy target, but beneath the flashy exterior lies a brilliant strategy. It spends its life tied to maple trees, where its impossible colors somehow blend into the natural camouflage of changing leaves, proving that even the most vibrant beauty serves a cold purpose for survival. Then we have the Luna moth, a creature of pure elegance. With pale green wings and long trailing tails, it moves through the night like a ghost. Those beautiful long tails aren't just for show, they are an advanced stealth defense mechanism. When a bat hunts using sonar, the spinning tails of the Luna moth disrupt the echolocation waves, tricking the bat into striking the empty air behind the moth. Like the Atlas moth, the adult Luna moth has no mouth, living a brief, fragile life protected by brilliant acoustic warfare. If you prefer total invisibility, the Clearwing butterfly takes a different approach. It completely challenges our idea of what a butterfly should look like. Instead of bright, colorful patterns, its wings are completely transparent, resembling clear panes of glass. By reducing its wing scales to almost nothing, it minimizes its visual signature in midair. Predators look right through it, unable to lock onto a target. It is a masterclass in minimalist engineering, minimizing signal while retaining perfect function. But if you can't be invisible, you might as well play a psychological trick. The owl butterfly features massive, hyper-realistic eye spots on the underside of its wings. When it spreads them, predators instantly freeze, genuinely believing they are staring into the eyes of a massive owl. It flies almost exclusively at twilight, when the low light makes this optical illusion incredibly effective. Even humans catching a glimpse of this butterfly get the unmistakable feeling that they are being watched. For pure camouflage, nothing beats the thorn bug. You could be looking directly at a tree branch and completely miss it because its body is elongated into a sharp, hardened protrusion that perfectly mimics a plant spine. It moves only when absolutely necessary. When threatened, it doesn't run or fight. It freezes, trusting its shape completely. It survives by entirely erasing its own existence from the environment. The lanternfly takes camouflage to an artistic level. With an elongated head and wings that look exactly like rough tree bark, it blends seamlessly into its surroundings. It gets its name from an old myth that its snout glows in the dark, which it doesn't. Instead, that bizarre, oversized snout is believed to mimic a small lizard or alligator head, completely confusing any predator that manages to spot it. It is visual deception at a psychological level. Then there is the violin mantis. Its silhouette resembles a delicate musical instrument with an elongated body and elegant curved lines, but behind that graceful form hides a lethal, highly calculated predator. It specializes in mimicking dry twigs and dead leaves, freezing in completely unnatural, contorted positions to enhance the illusion. The moment an insect misjudges the setup and gets too close, the mantis snaps into action with a strike as sudden and sharp as a broken guitar string. In the shadows of the forest floor, you might run into the whip spider with its flattened body and impossibly long spindly legs. It looks like a creature made of pure shadow. Its front legs have evolved into ultra-sensitive whips that read vibrations and map out the darkness. While it looks terrifyingly hostile, it possesses no venom. Instead, it relies on blinding speed and a terrifyingly tight grip, shifting sideways into rock crevices the moment light hits it. Now let's talk about the masters of social engineering, leafcutter ants. When you see a column of millions of these ants marching across the forest floor carrying perfect circles of leaves, you are looking at one of the oldest farming operations on Earth. They don't actually eat the leaves. Instead, they take them deep into their underground fortresses, chop them up, and use them as fertilizer to cultivate a very specific type of fungus. This fungus is their only food source. It is full-blown, highly sophisticated agriculture running on a flawless collective intelligence. Their relatives, the weaver ants, take construction to an even crazier level. To build their nest, teams of ants coordinate to pull large tree leaves together. Then, using their own live larvae as biological glue guns, they gently squeeze the larvae to extract pure silk, weaving and gluing the leaves into incredibly strong, weather-resistant aerial fortresses. Every ant knows its exact role, turning an entire tree into a single, highly aggressive, living superorganism. In the freshwater world, the predatory diving beetle rules the shallows. This insect is a living submarine featuring a highly streamlined body and hind legs that have evolved into powerful oars. It breathes by trapping a bubble of air beneath its wing covers, essentially carrying its own scuba tank everywhere it goes. When it spots prey, it launches an instantaneous underwater assault, injecting digestive enzymes that literally turn the victim's insides into a liquid soup. Even their larvae are so vicious. If you are still watching right now, you are an absolute legend. For real, watching this entire journey from start to finish means you are a true enthusiast who loves discovering the deepest secrets of our planet, and you deserve a massive shout out. You are the heartbeat of this community. If you enjoyed uncovering these mind-blowing creatures with us today, make sure to show some love, hit that like button, leave a comment with the insect that shocked you the most, and definitely don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you never miss another wild adventure into the unknown. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next one.